take a table in Wikipedia and move it into OpenRefine and then into Wikidata. I'm going to be working today on a table of Pashas, of men who bore the honorific title Pasha, men from Egypt between 1915 and 1952. Now this page, this Wikipedia page, was put together by a very energetic editor called Mohammed Abdelghani in between 2014 and 2016. Okay, so there's a well-structured table here with 3 columns with the names and occupations and dates when these men were made pashas. So first of all, I'm going to select all of this information in this table. Run right to the bottom. Okay. And I'm going to copy it. And then I'm going to go to spreadsheet and I'm going to paste it. Okay, I'm pasting it in this spreadsheet just to take a look at the formatting, and it looks like the columns have been preserved quite nicely. This looks more or less right. So now I'm just going to copy all of this material. I'll copy all of these cells, 3 columns, maybe 400 rows. We'll copy that. We can just take a look at it in a plain text editor. And we can see that there appears to be 1 line for every row, and presumably there are tabs there separating the values. So it's ready to paste into OpenRefine. So if we move over to OpenRefine, we'll go to the clipboard and we'll paste it into the clipboard. Paste the data. So it appears in the clipboard. Click Next. And we'll see how this data was formatted. Okay, I'm going to change the project name to Pasha list. And we can see that it has parsed the first line as the names of the columns, and then the lines that followed appear here. So we can go ahead and create the project. All right, so 387 records or rows, and this looks like it's, the columns look ready to use. We've got name and the occupation or position, and then the date when they were appointed, when they were given the title Pasha. So our first task is to get rid of extraneous rows. We can see, for instance, that row 24 is a little bit funny. There's some line break in there, and there are a few other things. So probably the easiest way to do this is to facet by blank, facet the various lines by blank. Okay, so there are 29 blank rows in the date column, and it looks like most of these rows are rows that were created by the letter of the alphabet heading, which he used to make navigation easier on Wikipedia. So I am just going to flag all of these rows. Then I will take the flag off of those rows that have usable information in them that we're going to want to preserve. And I'll keep just the rows with these letters on them. Okay, now I'm going to facet the whole table by flag. We'll turn on, okay, looks like I have one more that I missed here. So I have only the flagged rows here. These are just the letters of the alphabet, and I am going to remove these rows. Alright, so we're down to 369, but there are probably still some problem rows in here. These all look okay. Let's facet this one by blank. See what we might have. These all look like legitimate entries, which may still need to be cleaned up. Okay, so a next step to take is to look at, to do a text facet and to see if there is a clustering of texts, because I know that there are some column headings in here that I probably want to get rid of. Yes, so I find them, here is the date, تاريخ الحصول على البشوية. This needs to be removed because these are all column headings. So again, I'm just going to remove all of these rows because we don't need those in our list. Okay, we're down to 350. And now what we need to do is to just tidy up these records where, like record 24, where the results are split across two different rows. We can switch to the rows view to make this a little bit clearer. And I'm just going to do this by hand because that's the easiest thing to do, just by copying and pasting the material like this. Okay, I'm going to just facet the first row by blank again. If I look at records, I can see what needs to be copied and pasted. Now, record 180, there's no date associated with it. That date may have disappeared along the way. I might have to go back to Wikipedia and see what's going on, where that might have gone. But this is good basic cleaning for now. Yeah, it looks like there's a number of missing dates. That's okay. And I'm just going to facet this middle column by blank as well, just to take a look and see if there's anything strange. But this all looks okay. I am just going to get rid of these 3 empty rows. Okay, so I'm going to presume now that these 351 rows are pretty much a good version of what we want to see, a fairly clean version of this table. Okay, the next step is to turn these dates into a standardized format. So the way I'm